Hey everybody, welcome back to Browntable, and, well, it's been a while, but we are here reviewing the movie Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer, and it stars Will Smith, Margot Robbie, and Jared Leto. Kind of. Now, real quick, remember this is a review, and reviews are kind of criticisms, and they're kind of opinion-based. Now, there might be facts that, technically a movie is wrong to do this, because, maybe like the camera work is wrong, but in the end, if you don't like the movie or you do like it, that's kind of up to you. It's opinion. Like, for example, I love the Transformers movies. They're terrible, but like I really enjoy them, and I know they're bad, but I I love these things. They're kind of like these movies that I watch just for enjoyment, and it's fun. And you can do that too. Now, this is my opinion for this movie, and don't get hurt if I don't share the same opinion as you. This is a review, so let's get started. Now, I do want to say, guys, I was super excited for Suicide Squad. I mean, the first trailer was okay, but then the second one and the third one, it really gave off this kind of dark but fun vibe, and it was really entertaining. We got like Will Smith in there, got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, we never seen her before, and then Jared Leto as the Joker, which looked fantastic when he actually came on screen. But in the actual first promotional image that they gave for Jared Leto as the Joker, everyone hated it. Or at least most people did. Some were like, it doesn't look that bad. But all the tattoos really kind of pissed people off a little bit. Now I guess everyone's fine with it. But now we're not judging about, how the character looks. We're talking about how the character acts. And we will get to that. But I was entertained by the fact that DC is actually pulling off this movie with lesser known characters. And, it seemed to be pretty good. It seemed like an enjoyable ride. We got Amanda Waller finally in the DCEU. And it looked like a lot of fun. I was really enjoying it. And so I went to this movie theater to watch the movie. And, well,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Alright, so right off the bat, you just watch the movie, right? First 10 minutes, you get like 5 stories at the same time, okay? You get Rick Flag's backstory. We get Amanda Waller putting together Task Force X, which is basically the Suicide Squad. You also get the flashbacks of all these characters that Task Force X is comprised of. And more importantly, you get the backstory of Will Smith as Deadshot and Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. And you get backstory for Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship as well, which is also important later on. Also being set up is the main villain of the story, and it all happens in like under 10-15 minutes. It's super choppily edited. Like, for example, there are Joker scenes and then there's Suicide Squad scenes. The Joker scenes feel like completely detached from the actual main movie until they actually come together. Now, if you have heard, there are rumors that while David Ayer was working on the movie, Warner Brothers was actually making another version of the movie behind his back. And in the end, there were 2 screenings of the movie, right? And there was David Ayer's version, and then the WB version. And in the end, the WB version was what we got, because that's what people liked more. And in the end, that's what we're watching. So, if you have anyone to blame, just saying, blame WB, not Ayer. Now, I do love David Ayer's work. I mean, have you seen End of Watch, Fury, Training Day? Like, those movies are great. I know people don't like Fury that much. I actually really enjoy that movie. And End of Watch is fantastic. So, seeing David Ayer here, it's kind of weird. It kind of feels like a David Ayer movie, but at the same time, it doesn't. Like, there's a lot of risks that could have been taken, but they are not taken. And David Ayer, he's love for guns. He's just like, you see guns everywhere. It's great, but what's kind of annoying is that even though this movie is a 2-hour movie, it feels really rushed. It feels like everything is going super fast paced. This is happening at the same time, and it's all crazy, and you're like, whoa, what's happening? They're getting suited up while the villain is like doing the villain's plot, and it's like crazy, and it's a lot to take in. All of this is happening in the same night. And while that could actually work for some movies, because, sometimes they're really like these contained movies, video games also do that. Batman Arkham Asylum does that with like contained nights. A game has like 8 hours to do that. A movie is just 2 hours. How are you going to do an entire movie in one night? It doesn't bode well here. It really feels rushed. Everything is going at a super fast pace, and you just don't have enough time to just sit down and really relax. And that only happens once in the movie, and that is arguably, to me, the best part of the movie. Deadshot is Deadshot, he has, he's a tough guy, he's cold, he's merciless, he freaking kills people for money, but he also has a soft spot, his daughter. And then we have Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, who freaking is insane, but then there's like a scene where you actually understand what she wants in life, in the end, and it's really kind of touching almost, like this kind of sadistic touching moment, which is done pretty well to me. Here's the biggest issue with this movie. Everyone is a character. Other than the main characters like Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, Will Smith, Deadshot, freaking Viola Davis is Amanda Waller, everyone other than that is a complete character. They are not real people. They are all replaceable. They can all be replaced with different characters and they'd be fine. You know, you could actually replace them with these weird-ass characters you've never even heard of. Slipknot could have replaced Katana and it'd be the exact same movie. And that's the biggest issue with this movie, is that even though there's a team, there's no need for it. You could take out the entire rest of the team. You could keep Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Rick Flag, and it'd be the exact same movie. There'd be no need for them, which is kind of frustrating, because Captain Boomerang, Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang was fantastic. I love Jai Courtney here. It's amazing, because he actually had like a breakout role here, because he actually did a fantastic job as Captain Boomerang, and I wanted to see more of him. I wanted to see more of his motivations and stuff, but you never get that. There's a scene with Katana that she's like having this real touching moment, and it only lasts like 30 seconds, and that's all she gets. She never gets a big breakout moment. The actual, problem that the Earth is having right now, this huge dilemma that needs to be solved that only the Suicide Squad can solve, is ridiculous. It's really cliche. It's really the same thing over and over again. It has this Avengers Ghostbusters feel, and not in a good way. It's repetitive. It's just not unique, if you know what I'm saying. Now I'm going to talk about the villain of this movie, and if you don't know who it is, that's kind of weird because it's kind of in the trailers now. It is kind of revealed, but if you still don't know who it is, I am going to reveal it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the main villain is Enchantress, and what she brings to the table is nothing. So Cara Delevingne is the Enchantress, and there are moments where you can actually see her acting kind of pop out, and it's actually pretty good, but you never really get to see the character's emotions really pour out and really comprehend the character. And then when June Moon turns into the Enchantress, it just becomes the stereotypical villain like, oh, I'm gonna take over the world. Like, we already got Apocalypse. We need another villain with the same motivations, man. But again, Will Smith as Deadshot is great. It's a huge plus for the movie. Another plus is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Completely nails Harley Quinn's character, though a lot of the writing for Harley Quinn is really bad. But there are some moments where she's just like fantastic, and we really get her sympathetic side a lot, which is fantastic. There's a key scene in the movie where she's just completely broken, and it's great to see that. And after that, there's like a bar scene, which is the bar scene that I keep talking about, which is great. Because that's what I wanted from this movie. Character interactions. Another fantastic actress. Viola Davis is Amanda Waller. She has to be in more movies because she was one of the best performances in this movie. She was scarier than Enchantress and her brother. It was like insanely scary. Like, she actually intimidated like the heck out of me. Jai Courtney plays Captain Boomerang, and he was really good at it. He was actually like pretty damn good. Like, I actually enjoy Jai Courtney here. He's not the pretty boy that we were always supposed to get, like, oh my god, like in Terminator Genesis and all that crap. No, Jai Courtney here is actually like integrated into this role. Like, now I can't stop seeing Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang because he's got the accent, he's got the funniness, he's got the pink unicorn. It's freaking amazing. Fantastic. We also get a lot of cameos, which is great. And now we get to what is not as good, and we're going to start with the Joker here. Now, this might rustle some jimmies, but I did not like the Joker very much. Now, the Joker in this movie comes off as kind of this crazy and unhinged person, which is what the Joker's supposed to be. But, wait up. The Joker is also supposed to be this kind of charming and charismatic kind of character. He's supposed to have this kind of persona that kind of attracts people to him. That's what led Harley to him. I understand why Harley Quinn fell in love with the Joker, but I can't understand why she fell in love with the Joker in this movie. He just seems kind of insane and just... he's unlikable, honestly. In this movie, he barely smiles. He doesn't have like a charisma to him that the Joker's supposed to have. He's not the Mark Hamill Joker. He's not the Heath Ledger Joker. There's nothing to him that actually kind of makes him kind of charming in this scary way. He's just completely insane. He just pops in and he's edited in there, and literally, if you remove the Joker entirely from this movie, there would be no difference. And it's kind of sad to see because Jared Leto, he really put in a lot of work into this character, but in the end, I just kind of didn't like it. I guess that's just me, okay? But like, there were a lot of scenes that were cut with the Joker in it, and maybe those scenes were really good standout scenes that they had to cut for some reason, WB, and then in the end, we get like very little of Leto's performance, and I can't really judge because we have like a hell of a lot of footage from other Jokers and only like 10 minutes of this Joker. So, there's that. But he did a good job for what he had. I didn't like his personality or anything. He just kind of felt stuttering and kind of like, wow. You know, he kind of felt like that, and I didn't like that. I really didn't. He just felt like he was insane the entire time. He had a scene with Common, which was completely unnecessary. It was really bad. I hated it. And then, but after that, we did have like the purple Lamborghini chase, which was fantastic. Ben Affleck is back as Batman in this movie, obviously. You get to see from the trailers. And he's great. I mean, God, the guy really looks like Batman. It's fantastic. And I can't wait to see him in another movie. Because he's like, honestly, to me, he's the best part of the DCEU at the moment. Other than the fact that he actually kills people and he enjoys it. And now here, Suicide Squad tried to do something that Guardians of the Galaxy really made popular, which was use real music from real artists all the time and be like, yeah, this popular song, boom, let's put it in there, put it in trailers, put it in the actual movie. And the thing is that Guardians of the Galaxy also had a soundtrack, but the music that they used, it was set to really specific points in the movie, right? Like, for example, right at the beginning, you have Star-Lord dancing to this song, and it's like, it's funny, and it's like that song. So that song is set for that moment, and it's really specific. And there are actual things in the movie that follow the song. For example, Star-Lord grabbing that rat and like singing to it like it was a mic while the music was playing. And it actually fit the music. But here in Suicide Squad, there's music all the time. And all the music that they use is interchangeable. And the music that they use doesn't even sometimes fit the scene, which is completely wrong. And the scene also doesn't follow the beats of the song sometimes, which is kind of frustrating because that's the entire reason why you have an orchestral theme in a movie. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Suicide Squad, guys, the directing was pretty good, the writing was pretty bad, the story was pretty mediocre, the music was unnecessary, the acting was good, but some of the characters were just completely interchangeable and unnecessary. And I don't know, I have to say, a lot of that I give credit to WB for, again, making a pretty mediocre movie because it's just a lot of studio control going on these days. Everyone's trying to replicate the Marvel formula, but Marvel doesn't really have a formula. Have you noticed that? You know, they just try to come up with the best content that they have, and then they tie it all together. That is exactly what DC movies are trying to do, but they're really just focusing so much on world building and kind of getting messy in it. It's just completely off. They really have to start focusing on characters and backstory and really motivations with a good story in it to really kind of boost their universe, because right now they're just focusing too much on world building and it's not going to end up well for them. And I will say I still am excited for Wonder Woman, kind of, but Justice League I'm not excited for it anymore, especially after seeing Suicide Squad, and it's kind of disappointing because I never thought I'd say something like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to give 2.5 out of 5 stars to Suicide Squad. And again, remember, this is my review. This is my opinion. Sometimes we don't share opinions. You may have loved the movie. That's fine. I get it. Like, I can understand the entertainment. I was sitting right next to like a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old. He friggin' loved the movie. I can understand why it's enjoyable. There are a lot of enjoyable parts in this movie, but it's just so messy. Like, it's really messy. And Enchantress is one of the worst villains I've ever seen. So yeah, guys, hopefully Wonder Woman is a little bit better, and thank you guys for coming to the table, and I'll see you all next time.